yes, you can raise him how you want, but also being around the opposite sex, or sorry, well,
His sex,
yeah,
yeah.
his sex, and just having those around him, is just as important too.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So go ahead. What do you think, bro?
So I would disagree that a woman can't fully raise a boy to be a man. And this is coming from somebody that was raised in a single parent home. For me, I met my real biological father when I was 13. And it's been a rocky road since I was a teenager to now as an adult man with my father. Shout out to my father. I love my father. But initially, when he did came into my life, it was a lot of victimhood mentality for me, and a lot of pointing the blame on why he wasn't around and this and that. And then as I grew older as an adult, I started to unlearn things and unpackage things, and it started to put me more into my masculine energy as a man. So honestly, every young boy, he needs some kind of male figure in his life because I hate to say it, but a lot of single moms they raise their sons to be son husbands. And what I mean by that is
Hmm.
son husband is
Yeah.
you raise the boy to worship the female, and he doesn't really put himself first before the woman. And so
And he doesn't even mean to do that. It's accidental because he loves his mom. He was only
for
raised
sure,
by you.
for
Yeah.
sure.
No, and that's the biggest thing that I was just gonna say. Also, is basically exactly what he said. Is it's gonna make it's gonna, like, you can try as hard as you can for you to put all that masculine energy into him as much as you can, But at the end of the day, there's a reason why statistics show single mother household, usually equals a lot of bad things, drug addiction, prison. There's a lot of bad. Like, if you look at the statistics, it just looks horrible for single mothers sometimes. But no, but I honestly think that you're doing a really good job because at least your father was in your life, and like, I think that you're a little bit ahead of a lot of other women in your same position because you were raised by a single father. So hopefully, like, he's seeing a lot of his grandfather, and he's like learning a lot from him, hopefully. Um Now I want to know though. Let's get kinky. What's y'all's kinks? Yeah, sexual kinks. We're gonna start with the Christian girl.
I'm abstinent.
You're abstinent, so you don't have no kinks. But even like for the few guys that like you've had something with, like, was there a kink that you discovered? I mean, your dream guy might be watching on YouTube. You never know.
Let me think. Come back to me.
Come back to you. All right. What about you?
Um, I hope my mom and dad don't see this. I like getting my ass smacked.
Okay, that's not even that bad, man. That's not. You got a kink, bro? You want to tell YouTube a kink?
Uh, that and I guess
Tabletop.
tabletop.
Okay. All right. What about you? A kink?
Um, I feel like it's not that bad. Mine, I just like to be praised. I have a praise kink.
You like to be worshipped and
Yeah.
praised. Oh yeah. What about you?
Let me think about mine because y'all's is real G.
I mean, it can be simple. It can be like whispers. I don't know.
No,
Did you think of anything? A foot fetish?
No.
Like your toes sucked?
I don't want to say praise, but definitely tell me how pretty I am.
Yeah.
And then I guess ear stuff, but like not for real.
Okay.
But not
Yeah.
Ear stuff and what?
Ear stuff, but not for real. Like
Can you into the mic? Because
ear stuff, but not for real.
What's that mean?
Yeah. What do you mean not for real? I'm confused.
It can be like a few seconds, and after a while, I'm like,
Oh yeah. So don't like be tickling, like
oh, okay.
ear fucking you. Okay. Did you
I
get
mean,
think of
I-
something?
I mean, I just like anything, just sensual. But if you want a kink, I mean, I like to be choked.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I knew
That
was
that is
gonna
a
come.
kink.
I knew that was going to come.
That's what we were looking for.
From
Was
me.
Somewhere.
yeah. I mean, that's what happens as
Oh,
you get
God,
older.
my
You gotta
son
start.
can't see this.
You gotta start seeing some weird shit. I just thought of this just randomly. I just thought that maybe because you have a son. What do y'all think about Andrew Tate, the guy who's huge on just across the world right now? Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
tell me about him. I might know.
Here. Do you know who he is? You know who he
Yeah.
is? Do you know who he is? Do you know who he is?
I don't think so.
The reason why I want to bring him up is because you have a son that's 15 years old, and so he's a very big male role model right now. I bet if you ask your son, he'd actually probably know who Andrew Tate is right now.
Yeah, he got.
He's the misogynist that just went to jail.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they call him, is the misogynist, because he's like the biggest person on. He just got canceled off of every platform because of his videos talking about women should do this, men should do this, basically being, what people would call as a misogynist, like say. But in reality, he's just stating actual facts. Like, he's just saying men are good at these things, women are good at these things. Like, he's just saying things that are very accurate, but in reality, it triggers a lot of people because a lot of people don't like hearing stuff like that these days, you know. But you definitely should ask your son about him. I really think you should because we're talking about male role models, you know, and honestly, he's a really good male role model. Like, don't get me wrong, some of his clips can be look very bad if you watch them, but if you watch his full context of his videos and like a lot of his content, you would see that he's really trying to fix the world. He's really trying to bring men and women back together. He's really trying to like make men into men again. Because like we're talking about, it's very easy for a kid to be raised by a single mother, which is tons of boys today, and they don't have that masculine role model to teach them how to be a real man. You know, so that's why we like, I like to say, like on the show, I don't think that like women are bad. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some women that are hoes and there's some women that are really shitty, but there's, in my opinion, there's just as many shitty guys that are being really shit, or they act like bitches, like they're bitch made, they act very feminine. Like y'all, like I guarantee y'all know, well, I'm like the emotional man, you know, this is all very feminine stuff. So we need people like Andrew Tate to fucking show men what a man is, to show that men aren't emotional, you know, like we don't do these things, you know, like we don't cry and complain like little girls and stuff. Like we're supposed to be stoic. Like, we're not learning these things from our fathers. I didn't learn it from either one of my fathers. I have two amazing fathers, and I wasn't taught stoicism or anything like that. And even though this is things that Andrew Tate is showing lots of young men across the world, and everybody should be encouraging it right now, honestly. Did you have some? Yeah. Go. Oh, yeah. You
I
go.
was gonna say, like, I've never watched any of his videos. I don't really know anything about him, but I
Talk
did
a
see a
little
post of him getting arrested for, I believe, like sex trafficking or something.
Yeah.
And the
They're trying to
comments
take
were
him down.
very funny because all the women were like, period, like, as he should get arrested. And then all the men were like, he said this was going to happen. Like, he called this. He said he was going to get arrested. Da, 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 da. And I was just kind of laughing at, like, how different of opinions both women and men have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, did y'all see what happened with Brittany Renner? Brittany Renner went on Pearl's
I love
podcast.
her.
Shout out to Pearl because she was on my podcast a couple months ago. She went on Pearl's, or he went on Pearl's podcast with Brittany Renner, and Brittany Renner was posting a bunch of stuff like, I learned so much, I'm going to change, I'm taking accountability for my past. And she was dragged on her own Instagram, dragged into the comments. Go read the comments of the picture of her and Andrew. All of her fans were like, I'm unfollowing you. Can't believe you're supporting this guy. He's a sex trafficker. He's all these things. Like, they were dragging her for taking accountability, for saying, damn, I shouldn't have married the NBA player because obviously he cheated on me. Like, I shouldn't have been a hoe my whole life and fucked all these different stars. I take it all back. She got dragged for that. For saying that. That's insane. That's the world we live in today. Yeah, but yeah, that's
I love her.
man, yeah, it's crazy. Go
You
ahead.
said you love her?
I do. I like
Well, now I like her too now
I
after
love
she
her
changed.
Here we
platform. I feel
go.
like she's a real person.
So as far as Andrew Tate goes, I'm not the biggest Andrew Tate fan, but I will say he does implement a lot of like important masculine principles. What I hate when it has come to the internet culture with Tate and people like Myron is that a lot of men want to implement replicate them when these are dark triad dudes that went through a lot of shit. Andrew Tate is an ex-boxer. That dude has got his face kicked in and has winning plenty of fights. Myron is an ex-federal agent. Not the average man cannot replicate his life. I respect these dudes or the lifestyle they live, but like I said, my problem is majority average man trying to replicate their lifestyle when they have a darker lifestyle than most of the average men do.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you on that. See, that's the issue, ladies. Like, and y'all gotta understand, a lot of these channels and stuff, they're teaching guys to sell y'all the dream. So if y'all have a guy that's literally saying everything to you that you want to hear, it's because they're reading books, they're watching YouTubers, they're doing all this stuff to learn how to get inside y'all's head and get exactly what they want out of y'all. And they're very good at it. Like, there's books on this shit. Like, they know exactly how to manipulate women perfectly. So if y'all deal with one of these guys with these dark triad traits, like he's saying, or like they're very good at manipulating, like, yeah, you're never gonna win that. Like, that's why I told y'all, you know, should you lower your standards? Should you go for the more average man, whether that's lower income or lower height or whatever it is, you know? Like, is it worth it? I don't know. Now I want to know though, we did all the kinks, yeah. How many of y'all had sex on the first date?
Yes.
Yes.
In college.
In college, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to answer it?
Classified.
Classified?
I don't think we've had this conversation and I can't recall.
You make every guy wait like multiple dates? Gotta be one dude that was like, hey man, he's sexy. He look good. I'll take him home tonight.
No.
No?
Like I feel like it might have happened in the weekend, but I don't think it happened on the same night. Like we played this Never Have I Ever game, and I've been trying to think. Like I feel.
Somebody asked that on that game.
Yeah, and I've been trying to think about it, but I feel like it's happened like within the weekend. Sorry, sweetie. But within the same night, no, I don't think so.
But like meeting him and then y'all talking over a couple days and then it happening. Something like that, maybe.
No, now I know there might have been one where we might have met and then we hung out and then, you know what I'm saying, we've known each other and then but it wasn't like we just met. We went on a date and then it happened. You know what I'm saying?
But there was instances like that though, like you're saying, where you knew the guy very well though, and then like it ended up happening though. Like he didn't have to do a lot more than that one date.
Yeah, it was way quicker than it probably should have been.
Yeah, no, that's all I was curious of. Yeah, go ahead.
Too quick. The reason why I say classified, it's not that because I have been sexually active, but the thing about it is, it's more important on the woman's side than the man's side, because ultimately, the man has to depend on the woman if she wants to consent to having sexual sex. It's not on the man. The man has access to relationship, but the woman gives access to sex. So it's ultimately on the woman if she wants to sleep with you on the first night or not.
Yeah, no, I like to talk about something called burning genuine desire. Shout out to Rolo. There's a burning genuine desire, in my opinion. Really usually only comes up like if y'all have all slept with somebody on the first night, then y'all are going to always have that burning genuine desire for people that you let do it that quickly, basically. And so, but what my next question I wanted to ask is, how long do y'all make guys wait now? Like we all were talking about trauma and stuff, how you've learned things that you're never going to let happen again. Is this one of those things? Like, do you make guys wait 30, 60, 90 days now? We'll start with you.
I do. The goal is to be abstinent till marriage, but I do make guys wait now.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. Now,
You make them wait now? What about you?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Do you make them wait now?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time.
Hell no.
I'm, it's been such a long time since I've went on a date or been with a guy, but I'm just kind of like at the point where, I mean, if it feels right, I don't really know, like, if I'd be like, okay, well, it's been, 2 weeks, or if it's been 3 months. Like, I don't know if I would do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm older. So, like, I'm trying to find my husband yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly think that
I'm not waiting 90 days to see if it's good or not. Like, we need to check it out in 2 weeks and figure it out if we're going to waste 90 days. You know what I'm saying?